I'm gonna record this shit. Okay. I'm gonna record this call, right? It's just my it's just my face. It's just my face. It's my face only. Okay. It's not your face. It's not on there. You don't have to worry. Okay. I'm recording on my phone. Okay. I have to record this because it's the funniest fucking shit I ever goddamn heard from one of my students, man. You understand me? Okay. Like, listen, okay? I'm sick as shit, but I gotta stay on this fucking call with you because I don't know if you're fucking with me, right? I can't really tell if you're really fucking with me and you're trolling me or if you're serious, okay? Because this is a very rare.
I know you got shit to do. You know.
Huh?
I know you got the heart to help people, and I know you got a lot of shit to do as well. And I know you've made it. You got a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience to share. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you've done, and you're probably gonna do in your life. Yeah. I am not messing with you. I'm just letting you know exactly what happened. Yeah. I'm just trying to be as detailed and honest as possible, but apparently, we are not able to communicate. I don't know why.
I'm going to explain it.
I'm happy to repeat it again.
Oh, I know you will repeat it again because you repeated it about 6-7 times already, and it's confusing the fuck out of me. That's why I got to record it again because either I'm the fucking retard one, right, or I can't fucking understand what the fuck you're saying, and it's hard for me to believe that because you're speaking fucking clear English to me. The audio is clear. The reception is clear. I see you clearly on my laptop, right? So whenever you're saying the things that you're saying, right, it's baffling me. It's confusing the shit out of me. So I don't even know how to answer you, okay? You told me you start with 10,000. You did what we taught you in the cryptocurrency investing blueprint that you enrolled in, right? It went up to 65,000 at the peak, and you took profits and you pulled out 50,000. So I asked you just to make sure I understand you, right? I said, hey, you said you started with around 10,000, somewhere around there. You did what we taught you in the cryptocurrency investing blueprint course, right? And it went up to it went up to 65,000, and then you pulled out 50,000. So there should be about 15,000 left. That's what I asked you, and you said no. There's 30,000 left. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Like 65,000.
You got me confused now.
Oh no shit. Like I'm confused as shit right now. Because 65,000 minus 50,000 leaves 15,000. So where do you get 30,000 from? And I've been trying to ask you this for the last fucking 20 minutes, and you keep giving me fucking goddamn answers from another galaxy or universe, some shit, and I can't understand a goddamn thing you're saying. So I don't even know how to fucking respond to you because I can't understand what the hell you're saying.
Okay, so I'm realizing the longer I speak, the more disconnection there is with what I'm saying and what you're understanding. So I'm just going to keep it very short.
Okay, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be.
Portfolio hit 65,000. 65,000 is what my portfolio hit at the peak of the 2021 bull market. Is that clear?
Clear.
Okay. Market started going down. Whatever shit happened. 50,000. I said that's my number. I don't want to see my portfolio below that number. I sold everything.
Okay.
Okay. Clear 100%.
Yeah.
Shit happened in my personal life. Lost some people I loved. Had to take out a lot of money. I'm left with 30,000 right now.
Ah, okay.
30,000 is what I had to reinvest in this next bull market.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. I'm.
That's it.
Okay. I'm gonna repeat what you just told me. Okay. You started with about 10,000.
Go ahead.
You started with about 10,000, right? At the peak, it went up to 65,000, and you had a goal that you wanted to take out 50,000. So you waited, and as the market fell, right? As the market fell, when it fell to 50,000, you said, "Hey, that's it. That's enough. I'm taking out the 50,000." Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time that you took out 50,000, that was 100% of your portfolio. So you have $0 left in the market when you took out the 50,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now it makes more sense. And then that 50,000 that you had some family emergencies that you had to take care of. So you took out of that 50,000, you took out 2,000, right? To go take care of your family stuff, and then you are left with 30,000.
20,000, yeah.
Okay. And that's
Yes.
what you have going into this current bull market.
Yes.
Okay. This is about, what is this, the 10th attempt? I feel like I finally understand you now. I feel like I finally understand you
That's
now.
good, man.
You know,
Uh,
I'm trying, bro. I'm
That's
trying.
good.
I'm trying.
Same page.
I'm trying to understand you so I can help you, man. So it's not like I'm trying to fuck with you or something, okay? So I'm trying to understand you. Maybe because I told you that I'm going to turn this camera on,
No.
recorded it, so now you made it clear for me. Okay? Okay, so now that I understand
It's all
you,
good.
okay, now that I understand you, what questions do you have for me?
Nothing, bro. I just want to. No, I just want to be updated in the group. That's all there is to it. Questions. The only question I have for you is, $30,000. My goal is 300,000. If this is the last crypto cycle,
Who said it was the last crypto
if you were in my
cycle?
shoes, would you be confident?
Who told you it was the last crypto cycle?
No, I mean,
Who was
as
Who was the jackass? Who was the idiot that told you this is the last crypto cycle? Who?
Last time we spoke, me and you, I think a long time back, you said there's you were being very what you call it? I don't know what's the word to use. What's the word when you're trying to help wake someone up? What's that word to use when you try to wake someone up?
I don't know.
So you were trying to tell me that, you know, this is probably the last or second last bull market at that time, you know. So in my mind, because we spoke, I don't know if you remember, I'll try to remind you some of the conversations we had. Because at that time, if you remember, I was trying to learn to trade and day trade cryptocurrencies. And if you remember, you said the market is not mature enough for your goal or your vision. And you said to me, that's just for income, and that's not for creating
short-term
wealth
trading.
in your family or your generation. If you remember, that's the
Yes.
background conversation that we had. And you said something like you need to wake up, and whatever income you have, you know, this is probably one, either the last or the second last, or the last bull market. That probably, you know, gives a chance to, retailers, like us, to make life-changing money. It's not exactly word for word what he said, but it is similar to the conversation that we had. I don't know if you remember it. But
Okay.
is it very different from? Is your outlook very different from what I just said?
Yes, my outlook is very different.
Okay, I would love to hear that
Okay.
outlook. That is.
Okay, let me repeat what you just told me. Okay, because I do remember talking to you. Okay, I do remember talking to you specifically, right? Because most people that I talk to, right? Most people that I talk to in your part of the world, I'm not going to say where, okay? I'm not going to say where because I want to keep your information private, okay? I don't want a bunch of girls chasing after you or something, okay? Okay.
No,
Most of the people that I talk to in your part of the world are white. They're white people.
okay.
Okay. And you're not white. Okay. So that's the reason why I remember you. I remember you. I haven't forgotten. And that's just one thing. That's just one thing. But that would be easy for me to forget out of the hundreds of students that we have and that I talk to. But there's something that you did that made me remember you. Because you were being very stubborn. I kept telling you to stop focusing. Yeah, you're laughing. You're laughing, huh? Yeah, you're
Yes,
laughing.
I will.
Okay. I kept telling you to
That's
stop
good, yes.
focusing on the short-term day trading and all that dumb shit. And you keep telling me about the names of these other stupid-ass day traders. And they're fucking bullshit fucking liars. They do not make money from fucking day trading the crypto like you said. And I kept telling you that. And I kept trying to explain to you there is not enough liquidity in the markets for those idiots to be trading and making the kind of money that they claim that they are making. There is not enough liquidity. You understand? And I try to explain to you multiple times, just like I do with this phone call. Every time I talk to you, I gotta explain shit like 10 fucking times. Okay? And that's the reason why I recorded this call, because sometimes I feel like you're fucking with me. Just for fun. Like, not in a bad manner or something like that. I think that just once in a while, you just want to give me a call and just fuck with me. Right? And all I'm saying is that we could... No, you...
If I really made it and I was rich enough to spend my time like that, I would definitely do that maybe. To teach or coach someone that I love or that reminded me of myself.
Listen, man.
To be honest, I don't have that luxury.
Okay, I'm happy you made profit. I'm happy for any of our students that took our course and did what we taught and made a profit. I'm very happy for you. Okay? I would rather be talking about the things that you did and what we could have improved. Can we make it more efficient? Okay, you did really good. If you put in 10,000 and it went to a peak of 65,000 and you pulled out 50,000, right? You did an excellent job. Okay, you did an excellent job. Hey, babe. Can you? You did an excellent job, so I'm not going to knock you for that. If you did that, you're one of our better trading students. You're one of our better students. Next time you come to Bangkok, let me know. And then next time you come to Bangkok, you let me know. I want to invite you out for some coffee or something, man. And then when we go and you order the coffee, I'm going to fucking order you some goddamn tea just to fuck with you. Yeah. And do the same shit that you do to me every time you fucking call me, man. Okay? I'm gonna ask you, hey man, what do you want? What coffee you want? And you're gonna tell me, oh, I want a mocha or some shit. And then I'm gonna bring you some fucking goddamn matcha tea. Yeah. I'm warning you ahead of time. to get back at you for fucking with me every time you goddamn call me. Okay? All right? But listen. Listen. I remember you because you tried to convince me that these fucking idiots were making short-term trades and that they were making money, and I kept telling you there's not enough liquidity, bro. And the reason why I told you, I said, hey man, look, I don't know how many more cycles we have. We might have one more bull market, we might have two more bull markets, and I don't know how long they're gonna last, but you can't fuck around. Because when I talked to you, we were at the bottom of the bear market when Bitcoin was around 3,000, 4,000. It was less than 5,000 is when we talked. It was less than 5,000. I know it is. I know it is because I'm looking at your messages that you sent me on Signal, and it's from 2019.
Okay.
So it's from 2019. That's when you enrolled into our course and then you started texting me, right? And I told you at that time, I said, hey man, stop focusing on this short-term bullshit, man, and focus on the long-term, because that's where the life-changing profits is at. The short-term trading might, I didn't say it's a guarantee, I said it might get you some short-term income. But it's not going to change your life, man. It's faster if you go get a second job and make some money. That'll change your life. If you want income, just go get a second job. Okay? You invest to make life-changing profits. You don't invest.
That's exactly the conversation.
Yeah, yeah. You don't invest.
I remember that conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, don't invest to make an income, because you can go get a second job. It's easier. Like, it's much easier to just make an income, extra income, by getting a second job. Right? Or if you have a high-paying job already, just work overtime. It's easier. It's easier. It's less mental stress. You know, like I used to work in sales. If I want to make more money, I'm not going to go and try to do a bunch of fancy footwork and do a bunch of crazy short-term trading with 100x leverage or 200x leverage and all that dumb shit. I'll just make extra phone calls and make extra sales calls or something, right? Or get a second job, right? You want to invest so that you make life-changing profits. That's what our channel has always been about, life-changing profits. Profits that change your life. $1,000 might not change your life. $5,000 might not change your life. It might if you're in Southeast Asia like I am, but you're in a Western country, so you're not. That's not enough to change your life. But is 50,000 enough to change your life? I believe so. Is it a big change? Maybe not for some people, but for some people it can be a big change. Right? So,
like my goal is to have a house for my family. 300,000 minimum for this bull market. Am I able to?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with setting. There's nothing wrong with setting a minimum goal of 300,000. Is that possible? Is that doable? I believe so, because if you have 30,000 in capital, right, in investment capital, and you can get it to that's a 10x. I don't see why that's impossible. Like, I see that being very possible. And even if you don't get it in this upcoming bull market, I believe that you will still make enough from that 30,000, right, to where you still take profits like you did last time, and then you have a bigger portfolio. And then I'm willing to bet that if you don't make that 300,000 in this bull market, in the next bull market that you will make it, if you continue doing what we've been teaching you. I believe that. And I'm willing to bet on that too. If there was a way to bet on it, I would be willing to bet on that, right? For example, let me ask you this. The TaiFu index has gone up like 110%, 110% this year already in the last 12 months. In the last 12 months since we talked, okay? So how much has your portfolio grown? How much has that 30,000 grown in the last 12 months?
I have about, I think I have about, hold on.
Don't tell me some crazy shit, okay, man? Just tell me one fucking number, man. Just don't tell me some crazy shit like 10 million or some dumb shit, okay? Just, and then just tell me one fucking number that's easy to understand, man. And say it in fucking English, man.
Don't worry, man.
Man, dude, you laughing, man, but goddamn, man, I had to ask you for fucking half an hour what the fuck you were saying, right? You kept telling me, oh yeah, I pulled out fucking 50,000, I've still got 30,000 left. You never fucking told me that. It fell to 50,000, so I closed out all my positions and I took out everything. I sold everything and I had 50,000. I had zero left in my portfolio. And out of that 50,000, I spent 20,000 and I have 30,000 left. And that's what I put into the current bull market. If you would have fucking said it like that, I wouldn't have fucking asked you 10 different goddamn times.
I have about 50,000 right now.
In your portfolio right now?
Right now, yeah.
Okay. Don't tell me some fucking crazy shit like you got 20,000 in the mattress and then 50,000 in the fucking moons and shit. Let me get a goddamn calculator out, because unfortunately I'm not one of those Asian guys that's good with math and science. Right? Motherfuckers might laugh at me for...
It's less than the TaiFu index.
Yeah, I can do enough math in my head to tell that that's less, right? But you said that you have 50,000, right? So I'm going to pull out my trusty calculator here with big old fucking fat numbers on there, right? So 50,000 minus the 30,000 principal, that leaves 20,000, right? So 20,000, right, divided by the 30,000. So that's about a 67% gain. right? And that's not.
Okay, sounds about right.
I wouldn't give you an A grade, you know. I would not give you an A grade for that, but I would give you a B plus, maybe a B plus, not an A, but about a B plus, because I was expecting, like, I'm expecting my students, the TaiFu index went up 110 points. Remember, the TaiFu index is the ruler that we invented, that we created to measure the movement in the market, to measure the pulse of the market and how healthy the market is, right? So we use it to measure the pulse of the market, and then that way we have a standard, a benchmark, so that we can measure, so that if I say, hey man, I'm up 120%, the TaiFu index is up 110% for the year, my portfolio is up 120%, and then you say your portfolio is up 90%, and then we have another student that says his portfolio is only up 10%, then we have to ask, hey man, what's going on, right? The 90% guy, I would think, is consistent. That's normal, right? That's healthy. That's a healthy growth in the portfolio. It shows that the student's doing what he or she is supposed to be doing. The student with the 120%, I would be a little concerned. Why is he ahead of the TaiFu index, right? And then the one that's 10%, I would be concerned, like, why are you so far behind? Right? I don't want our students ahead of the index. I don't want our students ahead of the index. I don't want our students behind the index. Right? I want them as close to the index as possible.
Yeah.
Because the closer they are to the index, for me, as a teacher, as a trading teacher, as an investing teacher, right, that lets me know that they're doing what we taught. I don't want students doing some crazy fucking shit and inventing new methods or new strategies. We don't want that. If you pay to enroll in our cryptocurrency investing blueprint, we want our students doing what we teach in the blueprint. We don't want our students going out there and inventing new shit, right? Once you and your team crack $10 million in profit, then you are allowed to invent new shit and come up with new strategies and new methods, right? But until your team cracks $10 million, right, do not fuck around and try to invent something new. Just do what the fuck we teach in the cryptocurrency investing blueprint, right? That's the reason why I don't like it when I see our students, right, surpass the TaiFu index, right? And I don't want to see our students way behind. Now, are you behind the TaiFu index? The answer is yes, okay? But are you, right, so far behind that I have to, like, stress out and fucking be thinking, like, what the fuck are you doing, right? No, you're not at that level yet. But I would say that I would say that you're not following it closely. Okay, so something's missing in there. You're not doing something, and I suspect that you probably know what it is too. Most of our students know when they are not following the TaiFu index. Most of our students know when they are not doing what we teach them. They know. It's not like it's fucking rocket science, man. You know, we lay out everything out in the cryptocurrency investing blueprint. We lay it out step by step. You know, it's like a recipe. You know, you just follow the damn recipe and you get the similar results as what our team gets, right? So what do you suspect is causing you to be a little bit behind the TaiFu index?
No, I just discontinued for a while. Last year, I told you, I shut down a bit. And yeah, I just didn't continue the dollar cost averaging.
Okay.
I don't know, I gave up a little bit last year.
So we said it
for a period of time.
So we said in Q3 and Q4 of 2022, we said multiple times on our Twitter and on our YouTube channel, we even made videos that said why we are going to buy in Q1 of 2023. We said this like 2 quarters in advance, 6 months in advance. So in Q1 of 2023, did you start buying in? Yes or no? Don't fucking give me a bunch of wild answers here. The answer is yes or no.
Dollar cost averaging Ethereum and Bitcoin.
Okay, did you start in January?
I started in February.
Okay, why the fuck did you start in February when we said 6 months in advance that we're going to start buying in Q1?
I told you, 2023 was a tough year for me. From the start, the very beginning, until the very end.
Okay, look, man, I'm gonna say something. God damn it, man. I shouldn't have to be the fucking one to say this to you, man. But hey, listen, man. You paid us, okay? You paid us, and you said that you fucking paid to be in our course and to be in our group chat and to get our coaching so that you hear the fucking reality with no bullshit, okay? And I'm telling you like it is, man, okay? You ain't got fucking time for feelings, man. As a man, you know, your fucking duty and your responsibility is to take care of your fucking family, right? You got a wife and kids, right? Yes or no?
That's right.
Okay, so you have a family. Your fucking duty, man, okay? I want you and I to jump into the fucking bathtub time machine, okay? And we're gonna go back in fucking history, like 500, 200 years ago. Not very far, just like 200 years ago, right before the Industrial Revolution and shit, when we were still an agricultural society, right? When we were still fucking hunters and gatherers, right? When you and I wake up, when the sun rises, we wake up around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and you and I go probably have a cup of coffee or drink some water out of the stream that's got no fucking pollution in it, no goddamn chemicals in there, no Agent Orange and bullshit in there, probably some bird shit and stuff or stuff like that, but that's it. And then we drink some water, we drink some tea, drink some coffee or whatever, and then we go out there and we work the fucking fields, and we go there and we chase the deers and we chase the lions, right? And we chase the hippopotamus and we go hunt them down, and we bring food home to our family, man, right? Hey, guess what? If me and you are chasing a goddamn hippopotamus and the hippopotamus bites you in the fucking ass, right? You think you're gonna be sitting there crying and shit? You think I'm gonna be sitting there crying? You think that we're gonna sit there and have feelings and shit? No, man. No, fuck no, man. And if you do have feelings, I'm gonna say, shut the fuck up, man. We're men. We're not supposed to have a fucking goddamn feelings. We beat the shit out of that fucking goddamn hippo. Half your ass is missing. We're still gonna chase a goddamn hippo, beat the hell out of it with a stick, and then bring that goddamn hippo home so we can feed our wives, our kids, and our family, and our parents, and our grandparents, and the elders in our village. We ain't got time for fucking feelings, man. Okay? You see this modern society today, and we look around, everybody's about fucking goddamn feelings. Everybody. Like, you look online, you know, all these reality TV shows, they always got, oh, America's Got Talent, oh. Like, look at all the stupid fucking goddamn blowjob thumbnails you see on goddamn social media and on YouTube. Fucking all these goddamn shock and awe and dumb shit, man. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck the feelings, man. We're supposed to be fucking men, man. We go out there, we bust our ass, we work. If we lose a leg, we lose an arm, we lose half our ass because a hippopotamus bit us in the fucking ass while we're hunting for him. Who gives a fucking shit, man? When we have a wife and we have kids and shit, our job is to go fucking make money, fucking make food, find food, and come home and take care of our family, man. We ain't got time for fucking feelings. If you and I were sitting here hanging out together, I'd say, man, fuck your feelings, man. Fuck your feelings, fuck my feelings, fuck them. Let's go out there and make some money, and then we go home and take care of our wife and kids, man. It sucks, man, that you have personal things that happen in your life, man, right? We all do, man. Like, you do, I do. We all have that shit, man. Like, I didn't ask to leave my country, Vietnam. I didn't ask to go live in the fucking goddamn Malaysian refugee camps for a year after, you know, the war between the U.S. and Vietnam, right? I didn't ask to come to America as a refugee and live in the fucking goddamn poor ghetto black neighborhoods and sell drugs and then go to prison for 14 years. You know, it sucks, man. But, you know, we can't sit there and have feelings about it. We can sit there and we can ponder about it and we can have fucking feelings about it. Oh, it sucks. I was in prison for fucking 14 years for drugs I didn't have. It fucking sucks that Leroy tried to stick his dick in my ass. It sucks that Tyrone tried to stick his dick in my ass when I was a teenager in prison. We can talk about all that dumb shit, man. But at the end of the day, man, the feelings don't fucking help us. You know that your goal is to make $300,000 so that you can change the life of your family, you know? That's the only fucking thing that matters, man. As long as you're not breaking the law you're doing things to break the law or violate the law or violate any ethics and morals. If you're not breaking any laws and you're not breaking any ethics and morals, man, you need to focus on that 300,000, man. You need to focus on making that money so you can change the life of your family, man, so that you can live the life that you want to. You know, if you have a loved one, if you have a loved one that you lost, if you have a dad that you lost, you have a mom that you lost, right? You have a grandparent that you lost, you know, the best thing that you can do for them is move on and then become a strong man that takes care of your family, so that when they look down on you from the heavens, right, they can see that, you know what, they are honored and they are proud to have a son like you, or a grandson like you, or a brother like you, or a nephew like you, or an uncle like you. That's what it matters, man. You know, because no matter what feelings that you have while you're here, right? Like, it doesn't fucking matter, because that doesn't change anything. Having feelings does not fucking change your life. Getting off your ass and getting shit done, that's what changes your life. You know, like my wife, you know, sometimes she'll ask me, like, when I was working, you know, 2-3 jobs at a time, I would come home, man, I only get 5 hours of sleep a fucking day. And I would be fucking tired as shit. I would be hurting. I never fucking complained. I never bitched. I never fucking complained. I never told her how I felt. I just told her, man, I gotta get some rest. I'm gonna work in 2-3 hours. That's it. You know? And then that's it, man. And that's, you know, it's some people don't like to hear that, man, but that's our responsibility as men. And some of these, in modern society, there's too much fucking social media, there's too much fucking internet, and there's all this fake, it's all fake, man. Motherfuckers, every goddamn picture you see of people that, you know, they're holding each other. Hey, dude, I used to work in the fucking club district, man. Those motherfuckers are sad, depressed, they're fucking lonely inside. Man, all those motherfuckers that you see on Instagram and shit, those 1,000 smiles, you take it out in front of you, man, they're all living fake-ass lives. They're not fucking goddamn owning that goddamn yacht. They're not flying that goddamn private jet. They don't own that fucking private jet. They probably fucking fly private once in their lifetime, and they take 1 million photos to show it off, man. They're all fucking liars. They're all fake. Fake, 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 fake. Right? So don't be fooled by none of that dumb shit, man. Don't be fooled by none of that fake shit on Instagram, on social media and shit, and let it affect how you feel, right? You know, don't let it affect that, make you think that you're behind other dudes or behind other guys or behind other families and shit. You know, you do your best, right? And don't let your feelings get in the way. If you don't know something, put your feelings aside and go and learn how to do it. If you make a mistake, don't be fucking butthurt about it. Don't get depressed about it. Don't go shoot yourself in the head like my little brother did, right? My little brother got depressed and he went and fucking shot himself in the fucking head. Man, what a fucking dumbass. You know what I'm saying? That's when men start having feelings, they start doing stupid shit like that, man. Right? That's why whenever my wife asks me, you know, like, hey, you know, like, you know, this alcohol make you feel good? I'm like, fuck the goddamn alcohol, man. I don't need fucking alcohol to make me feel good, man. I make myself feel good. I don't need no goddamn drugs to make me feel good. I used to work on Wall Street, and motherfuckers are smoking weed every goddamn day. Every goddamn day they were smoking weed. Every damn day they were smoking weed. Right? I was working in Chicago. Every goddamn day they're smoking weed. I was working in Las Vegas. Every goddamn day my coworkers are smoking weed. If they're not smoking weed, then they're drinking alcohol. Right? Why? Because they're trying to get these feelings, man. Fuck the short-term feelings, man. You know? The short-term feelings, the Buddha said that the short-term feelings are like the, what do you call that? The clouds in the sky, man. They come and they go. Why let it fucking bother you? Why let what somebody else at the office says bother you? Why let someone else online say something and bother you? I don't give a fuck what anybody says online. Fuck them. You know how tough it was?
I'm with you, Tai. I agree on everything you said, I'm actually of the same mindset. Unfortunately, I underestimated how much grief could impact me, you know. I thought I had worked it out already, you know. But I underestimated it. But that's okay. It's passed. It's passed through me now.
Hey, listen.
So I'm good now.
So
I'm good and I'm ready. I'm ready to move on, you know.
Okay, two things.
That's the focus for now.
Two things, man. If you ever catch yourself in a feeling down like that, man, first thing I would recommend you do, man. Okay. I'm not a licensed financial advisor in any goddamn country, so I cannot recommend what you buy, sell, or hold. But I can recommend you what you can fucking do when you feel depressed, because I have nothing to do with finances. Okay. If you ever feel down, you ever feel depressed, man, the first thing that I recommend you do is go. You live in a beautiful country with beautiful landscapes, rivers, streams, flatlands, valleys, right? I would recommend you go and just take a walk by yourself, you know, carry a bottle of water or a cup of coffee or whatever, or a cup of tea or whatever, and then or a snack, and just go walk by yourself, right? And then every block or so, stop and do like 5 push-ups, right? Just every, block or 2 blocks, just stop and do 5 push-ups, right? And you will see that the beauty of nature, the trees, the rivers, the beautiful greenery, right? The wind. Let nature help you get rid of some of that negative energy and help you, right? And the exercise, you start moving your body around and strengthening your muscles, that will in turn affect how your brain is, and it'll strengthen your brain. That's the reason why if you were to see me in prison, right, I worked out like 4 days a week, and very, very hard too, because I refused to let the system and the government, right, wear me out and beat me down psychologically and mentally, right? So we used to lift weights for the first few years I was in prison, and then they banned the weights because they realized that if we made our bodies strong, that our minds would stay strong and they couldn't break us. So what we did was, when they started banning the weights, what we would do is we would steal sand from the volleyball courts and from the fields outside, or from the construction sand that they had. When they were building the walls and shit, we would go fucking steal their sand. Or when they were building, repaving the sidewalks or the roads in the prison, we would steal the sand and we would fucking fill up the garbage bags and tie them around the ends. Like put a garbage bag on one side of the broomstick or the mop stick, and put another garbage bag over here, and we'd fill up with sand. And they would sit there and we'd do curls with it, we'd do shoulder presses with it, we'd do squats with it, right? And then we would lay down on the floor and do, floor presses, bench presses with the mop stick and the bags of sand on the side. And then whenever they confiscate the sandbags, we would take the garbage bags and we'd fill it with water. We would double up on the garbage bags, and then we would make 2 or 3 garbage bags, and then we'd pour water in there, right, from the toilets or from the sink or from the showers, and then we would work out with that. We put a water bag on each side of the mop stick, and then we would squat with that, we would curl with that, we would do shoulder presses with that, we would do rows with that, right? And the reason why we did that when we were in the prison, when we were on lockdown, and when we were in the hole and shit, right? The reason why we did that was because we knew that if our bodies did not move, if it just stayed in one place, it was very easy for the prison guards to break us mentally. So I knew that, so I had to keep constantly active with my body. I refused, sometimes, right, when we couldn't exercise, I would go there against the wall and I would put a towel on the concrete floor and I would just do a headstand, and I would just stand on my head, and I would test myself to see how long I could just stand on my head, in my hands. Like, I'm not an acrobat, I'm not a gymnast or nothing, but I would just flip upside down and I would put my feet up against the wall and I would just stand still on my head, and I would time myself and see how long I can do it, And then I would constantly just remind myself that I would not let these fucking prison guards break me. I would not let the system break me. What everyone calls them, or what people call the man, or the institution, or the system, or the matrix, or whatever you call it, we just call it the coppers back then. In prison, we just call them the coppers, which means the cops, right? We didn't let the prison guards, the coppers, right, and the COs or the correction officers, right, break us mentally. So we would do all those things, right? We would sit there and we would flex and we would let each other just fucking just punch each other in the stomach, you know, and just punches in the back, right? To make sure that we don't get depressed, man. Because that's the worst thing that you can do is when you make a mistake or something and then you start getting depressed and start having feelings and shit. It's very, very dangerous because it leads you to making very bad decisions. Like my little brother, when he started getting depressed and started having feelings, you know, fucking take a goddamn gun, put it to his head, and then fucking blow his brains out, right? Nothing good ever happens when men have feelings, man. So that's why I encourage you, you know, to just focus on making the life-changing profits for your family and put your wife and kids the priority and not your feelings. Because your feelings ain't gonna fucking change nobody's life. It's not gonna change your life. It's not gonna change your family's life, right? Only by you taking action and doing the things that other men are not willing to do, that's gonna change your life. And I hope that you know, because we are going to, the reason why I'm taking the time to say this to you, bro, because we're going into another bull market. I mean, you already know that. Your portfolio is already up, you know, 67% already, right? So there's more to go. There's more to go. But you got to realize that this is game time. You know what I'm saying? This is when it counts. So you got to stay sharp. You got to stay neutral. You can't get your fucking feelings and all that shit, you know? You can't be having feelings and all that dumb shit, man. Because this is what's going to change your life.
Well, I got you.
All right?
I got you. I appreciate everything you said, Ty. I can't wait to actually meet you in person. And then we'll have a real conversation. As far as I'm concerned, digitally is not.
Yeah, I can't wait to.
Conversation. Until then, we will.
Yeah, I can't wait to go. Yeah. You know, you and I go get some coffee, you know, and then I order some fucking matcha tea for your ass. Right? Because I feel like every time we talk about trading, man, that's, you give me these fucking runaround answers, and I can't fucking goddamn keep up so I can answer you. You know? One of these days, man, I'm gonna find out. One of these days, you might come out and say, man, I was just trolling you the whole fucking time, man. And if you are, man, I swear to God, man, you are, if you do, man, I will have to admit, man, you are the fucking best troll I've ever had to deal with if you do, man. I know you say you're not trolling me, man, but if you are, man, right?
If I make it, and I'm able to afford to troll you like that, I will. Just as a thank you. But trust me, no troll here.
All right, man. Hey, it's getting late over here, man. And I gotta fucking get ready. I gotta do a special class in Saigon here in a couple of weeks, man. You know, on helping.
So good, bro. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, on helping men communicate better, man. So.
Are you serious?
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Like I didn't expect it, but you know, a bunch of my students are asking me to do that. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a bunch of.
All good, bro.
Yeah, a bunch of my.
I appreciate the time. I appreciate the message.
Yeah. So, I didn't expect it either, man. So they keep asking me, you know. So, I'm gonna do it and get it out of the way. Yeah. So, all right, man. You take care, man.
I appreciate the time.
Okay.
I'll keep that shit on repeat. Ty.
Okay. All right. Take care, bro. Take care.
We'll meet, yeah?
All right.